Hi, I'm Dave Morgan, Morgan Financial. I got started in mortgage in 1996. I was still enlisted in the Air Force, and my wife and I were very excited that we were going to buy this new house that had a banana tree, and that's my wife who said, "That's cool, I'm from Pennsylvania, it has a banana tree, I'm going to buy this house." I was great. I was going to buy my wife this great house on my VA benefits. They said I was approved for the mortgage, but then later said that I wasn't. So I went and found out why, and in so doing, I ended up picking up a part-time job at a lender, and said, well, you know, I'm sure there's other guys in the squadron that can benefit from this. When I was transferred here to Patrick Air Force Base and ultimately became the exec for the colonel, a troop came to me. He goes, well, I'm buying a house and I don't understand all these fees. So I took a look at it and I was like, what's this, what's this, what's this? Do you mind if I, call the loan officer? I ended up finding myself in a negotiation with this loan officer, and I didn't intend to negotiate with anybody that day. So he dropped those things, and I said, what about this interest rate? He ended up dropping the interest rate. And so I hung up the phone and I told Airman Jones, we just saved you a couple $1,000s here, and the interest rate's down here. It's gonna save you another $130, $140 a month. And the guy's face was priceless. He just couldn't believe that just happened, that he went and told everybody in the squadron, probably everybody on the base, because the line out my door started to grow exponentially to where the colonel was like, what are you doing, Morgan? What's with all these people having problems? I'm like, it's, the buy-in season. I went home and I told my wife one day, I said, listen, I think the mortgage industry is calling me because I have all these guys asking a lot of questions, and as I'm looking through these good faith estimates, there seems to be a lack of clarity from one lender to the next. There's zero of that, and you cannot make sense of the interest rates. There's no way that you can go online and find a stock or a bond and say this is what the going rate is, and it is confusing. Anyway, so I was still in the Air Force, and I was working for a company in Merritt Island, and I'm not going to use their name, but they weren't a very good company. I had several loans in what we call my pipeline, and I needed to get those loans done. And I didn't want to finish those through the company I was working with, and I stumbled across Rich Workman. Well, Rich Workman was a military guy in the Army, and I said, Rich, let me come work for you. And he says, no, because you can come work for me. You've already said you're going to open your own business. I know. I said, but please just let me come close these loans. I promise I won't bother you. I won't give you any headaches. I'm coming over the Pineda Causeway. I'll never, I won't forget the thing. And I said, Rich, you got to let me close these loans. And he says, come on into the office. Well, he was working out of the Caboose building. And so I came in there, and after a couple hours, we struck a deal, an agreement that if I didn't bother him, that he would allow me to work under his license. I logged 5 minutes of questions for him in 8 months. And Rich and I got along very well, personally. He was renting out the entire Caboose building, so I was in his office. Well, after about a year, I ended up going out on my own, as I explained to Rich. So I rented that back office for, I think, $100 a month. I wanted to do a facelift on the building. I called the owner, and the owner wasn't willing to do anything. Long story short, I bought the building and to do the facelift myself, and that's how the Caboose building became part of Morgan Financial. I bought it, and the Caboose was there. The original owner built that building around the Caboose. He placed the Caboose there and then built the building around it. It's a unique property. It's neat.